So here we go. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Remember to have your water and make sure there's no carpet that you get stuck on. You can wear your shoes if you feel more comfortable. I mean, I probably suggest that first, but some to wear shoes, but safe shoes, you know, some sneakers that fit well and that are secured, not sandals or no flip flops, no flip flop. And we have a chair. We'll work in the chair and also out of the chair, but you're welcome to stay in the chair. You can modify the exercises to suit your own needs and whatever injuries or limitations you're working with. We want to help strengthen, but not overdo it, and help challenge those areas, but also keep in mind, you know, staying safe and not overdoing it. Take breaks when you need them. And I'm going to start in the chair. We have some hand weights or some water bottles, you know, some like 16-ounce water bottles you can hold on to when we do the weights. Okay, so we'll start in the chair. Okay, so we're going to sit forward in the chair and make sure that your feet touch the floor of the chair. If you want to put a cushion behind you so that you have some support, you can do that because you don't want to sit all the way back in the chair. And you want to make sure you're in a chair that doesn't have roller wheels, and that the area around you is free of anything, debris or anything. And you have a carpet. If you do have carpet, it doesn't move, but not a throw rug or course or anything. I have mine, but that's just for the look. Okay. So I'm moving forward. I'm going to move the skin on the sits so I can feel the sits bones underneath me. So I want to move the tushy skin, and it's there somewhere, right? Okay, the bones are there somewhere. And we're going to spread our toes in the shoes and then root the feet. And then sit up nice and tall from the pubic bone up, through the tailbone up, all the way lengthening through the ribs and the sternum. Lift your shoulders and then roll them back down. You're nice and tall and not slumped as much as you can. You know, pull the navel to the spine. And we'll just take a few breaths, a few rounds of over the head. Well, you don't have to take it over the head, but just as high as you want to. You know, doing movement is so important to your well-being and to your mobility, obviously, and to your brain function, bringing some oxygen into the brain and into the blood stream. Inhale up. And as you lift up, go ahead and press your feet into the floor so that you're rooting, right? You're not just floating your arms up. So you inhale up and you exhale down. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Breathing in, stretch. And listen, if one arm just goes up a little bit, just go as far as you don't feel that impingement. You don't want to, you don't want to kind of tweak the impingement. So just working with your own range of motion. Inhale up and exhale down. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale, really reach. Root those feet, start to strengthen the legs, and inhale 1 more time. Good. So now we rest the hands on the knees, or just go or above the knees, and just go ahead and just kind of your legs. So, and you can go to the side. Now we'll clap. And then tap your fingertips. Tap, tap. Right. Just touching those fingertips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then let's just give a little massage there. Like interlace the fingers. And then stretch the palms forward, stretch. And as you do this, go ahead and round your back, drop your head. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, round the back. Bring it down. Inhale, arms come up, stretch those shoulders. Exhale, big round back. Drop the shoulders. Inhale, up, stretch. Exhale, round. One more time. If you just want to go to here, if your arms are bent, it's all fine. Good. And then we're going to take the palms to face us and extend. Good. Okay, so now this is so you have your, say your right index finger on top. Now take so the other index finger is on top, which is so confusing. When you're not used to doing it that way, it feels odd. So whichever finger was on top, switch it. Switch it. And then we're going to massage those knuckles, maybe the heels of the hands, maybe the thumbs. And then let's take it out. Does it feel different, right? And then bring it up, stretch. Stomach in, not to pop the rib cage. And then we're going to just sway to the right and sway to the left. And continue to breathe as you move. Inhale up and exhale. And inhale up and exhale. Stretching through the ribs and shoulders. Inhale up, exhale. And one more time, up and exhale. Good, and then bring it forward and shake it out. It's like you're drying off your hands. Shake off that water. And then I got an itch, so scratch the itch if you got. If you got an itch, scratch your itch. Okay, great. So I'm gonna kind of like just rub the arms. And the shoulders, just give it a little pat and rub. And then we'll do the other side. Shoulder. And then the neck and the chest. It's kind of waking up the body. And then we'll Tarzan and me, Tarzan, you, Jane. The solar plex, we just kind of solar plex, solo cup, solar plex, and pat, and the belly, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. So let's, then we're sitting forward again, making sure, and we're gonna just tip the chin towards the chest and then look forward. So we'll do that 4 times. We go down, stretch the neck, and forward, straight ahead. Exhale and inhale, and 2 more times. Exhale, inhale up, and exhale, and up. And now let's look right and center, and we'll look left and center. So the way to not get dizzy is if you focus your eyes on a spot, and when you look forward, focus, and again, focus. Yep. You find a spot that you could look at, whatever's in front of you, a vase, a flower, a cup, something on the wall, and to the right, and center, to the left, and center, to the right. Just stretching this neck here, center, and left. And one more time to the right, stretch, center, and left. Okay, and then ear to shoulder. So take the, drop the ear towards the shoulder to stretch the side of the neck. You can even give it a little kind of massage there. The shoulders. And over the night, everything gets so tight. It's like a a locksmith comes in, or not a locksmith, but tightens everything up. In the morning, you got to get the keys and open it. Another side, stretch, very normal. And to the left. One more time, right and left. Center. Okay, we'll take the legs out. So as wide as you can. Kind of sit up and then take the leg. Make sure the feet are right underneath the knees. They're not like that, right? And take it to your own, degree of comfort. By the end of the class, it'll feel a little bit looser. So we're gonna stretch over and inhale, then exhale, and come up. Inhale and exhale. Good job. See if you can go a little bit more. You can use your hand here to help kind of root down, both feet pressing in, and we want to really reach and think about separating these the ribs, the spaces in between the intercostal muscles get tight, and that impedes the breathing. Not impedes it, but we want to release it to help you breathe better, and it also helps to keep your upper body more supple. So when this gets tight, everything gets tight. Everything gets tight. Why does everything get tight? And inhale up and over. As you do this, draw your right hip down so you counter it, right? You're not just clumping over to the left side. Pull your right hip down, pull your right shoulder down, breathe, stomach in. And exhale to the other side. Left hip pulls down, left shoulder pulls down, belly pulls in. We relax that neck. Great. And now we'll just go forward. It's like we're going to look over, and we're looking forward in the water, right? We're sitting, say, above the swimming pool. We're going to look in, okay, and then we come up. And then you're going to take a look in. And right now I have a flat back. So I'm going to look forward a little bit, keep my neck nice and long, my shoulders down, stomach in. And we're stretching the glutes, the hamstrings, the inner thighs, and also warming up the low back, the spine, the pelvis. So let's go forward. Maybe after a few times you start to feel a little bit looser. Maybe you take it a little further. Remember, your feet are right underneath your knees. You want to get those inner thighs, pull your belly in and come up. Now let's do about 3 more times. How about 3 more? Stretch, forward, and stretch, forward. And then this time, let's just hold it forward. Hold. Reaching a little bit more forward. And then if you want to, see if you can take the hands, down towards the floor and drop your head. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, come up. Walk your hands over to the right foot or the right knee. And then walk your hands over to the left side. Continue to breathe. And then this time we're going to round it up. We dropped our head, big round back from the base of the spine all the way through the spine. And then roll those shoulders down. And then let's go forward one more time. See if you can take the hands to the floor, shake out your head, yes and no. Yes. And no, no, no. And then we're going to roll it up. Big round back. And then lengthen the spine. What we want to do is we want to get each vertebrae to start to separate so that we can get that spine nice and mobile and not just kind of stiff, right? So that takes a little bit of working it through this class. And by the end, we feel much more agile. Bring the arms up and exhale, breathe. So we're going to sit forward, make sure, bring the feet about hip width apart, and then we're going to start to march. Okay, so the marching, you lift the legs up, right? You can go a little slower. And then if you can, kind of like press your feet into the floor as if you were walking through mud, right? So that your feet get that energy of the contact. So it's not just light with the feet, right? If you can really make it you're moving forward. And then let's even do that, what is it? The hiking, mountain climbing. We got the sticks and we're mountain climbing. So we're using our upper body, our shoulders, our back, navel to spine. So you use the abs, and then the knees are coming up. So you're climbing, 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 climbing. So a little cardio, warm up, along with the stretch and coordination. Did I change? Well, you could do it, you know, wait, I got the same arm, same leg. Okay. But you could also do it opposite. Okay, great. Woo! And inhale, arms come up. And we'll just pat out the face. Wake it up. Wake up. Wake up. Oh, some of you probably been up since 6, 7, 8, 9:05. In the head. Knock some sense into yourself. Good job. And the ears. Okay, great. All right. So we'll go ahead if you want. You have the option to stay seated, but if you want, you can stand up. We can still. I'm going to take also a sip of water. So what I'm going to do is I want to start to stretch my legs and my back, and also work on some muscle conditioning, as well as balance. We got it all. We have 5 for the price of 1. So I'm going to step back with your right foot. So you step back and try to take that heel down and up. Now, if you have a high back chair, hold on to the sides of the chair. You know, if you have a chair like this, you want it so that it feels comfortable for you to step back. How's that? And forward. So we step back. This time I'm going to hold it back. So hold it here. I got my front knee bent. I got my back heel up. And I'm just going to go up with the heel and down. Up and down. So stretching the foot, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel. Try to get that heel all the way down. Stretching the calf. Right? Keeping our feet nice and supple and with dexterity, dexterity. That really helps our balance. You know, the feet get so tight and the ankles. And just think about it. That's the root of our stability. That's the base, like the tree trunk. So up and down. And now let's bring it forward and step it back. And I'm going to bend the front knee. You can watch me and then do it. We'll do a few. So I'm going to step back and bend into a lunge. This is also balance. The front leg stays strong. And you gently hold on to the chair so that most of your strength in momentum is coming from the legs, the core. It's also working our core here. So step it back and up, and our left glute and hamstring and quadricep is also strengthening and stretching. So we get a lot in here. If you want to go down further, you can to get more stretch here. So this is basically a lunge. And let's do one more time. Good. Now from here, if you feel tired, take a break because that's a lot of muscle work there. We're going to push those hips forward towards the chair, lift the chest. And breathe. So this is a heart opener. Lift the chest. Bring it forward to normal and then lift it up again, lift up that chest. You can drop your arms by your sides. You can clasp your hands behind your back. And release. Good. Try not to watch the tension in the throat. So now we're going to step back. And I got my legs, fairly wide. And you can have your arms, as low, your back as low as you feel comfortable. For me, this works. I might have my legs a little wider. Don't lock out your knees. Put your butt up towards the sky. And there's a nice shoulder, back, hamstring, arm, rib, armpit, stretch. Firm your knees, pull them up. So don't lock out your knees. If anything, you have them bent, slightly bent, but not locked out. And then look under your right arm if you can. Yeah, get a little stretch on the opposite shoulder. And look under your left. Now remember, you're going to go to your own level, degree of stretch, lowering. So, and then we're going to go center, lift the head and chest, and then very gingerly bring your heels, toes, toes. So your feet are hip width. Stretch again. Maybe you go a little less this time because when the legs are wider, it's a little easier. Lift up the hips. And then big round back, lift your head and chest. And we're going to walk the feet forward towards the chair. Now tell me that doesn't feel good. And stretch, use those arms, lift the chest. And then arms come up above your head. And release. Okay. So I'm going to, you stay where you are. You stay where you are. And I'm going to turn my chair. We do that. The lunge on the other side. So feeling better already? Okay. So we're going to step back with the left. So I got my feet together. I'm holding on gently to my chair. They don't want to, even if you just want to go back this far, how about that? Some people, we're just going to practice that. If you can go a little further, okay, great. But this is designed so that it works for you, not for me, and we experiment. So we're going to go back, and we're using our abdominal muscles to come in. So I got navel to spine, right? So we're empowering our power center, which is our thighs, glutes, and core. So let's go back. Maybe you kind of scooch your foot back or you scooch it in, whatever feels best for you. And we go heel up and heel down. Heel up. If you feel like it's too far, just make an adjustment. So massaging the ball of the foot. The balls of the feet. The big toe mound and the little toe mound. The heel and the ankle. Yep. And stretching those toes. And then we'll keep it down and stretch. Careful not to lock out the knee. You still want to lift with that knee. Maybe have a slight bend. So you don't want to push the knee back, right? You know that. You've heard that before. In your travels, you've heard don't lock out your knee. Okay, so I'm going to rely on my front leg to help me bring my back leg up. And then I'm going to again rely on my back leg and my core to help me take it back. So we inhale. I'm using my chair, but just to a limited, just a degree. Of course, whatever you need. Inhale up. This is also balance. Check that out. It's balance. Okay, so we stretch it back and we bring it in and we stretch it back and bring it in and one more time and then we take it back. Okay, remember when we did like a little more of a bend? We can get a little more, you want to stretch here and here. And then navel to spine, come forward. Good. Are you feeling any back pain? Navel to spine. And we're going to help to counterbalance that by stepping back and stretch. If you want, you can just do one arm if it impinges on your shoulders at all. You can just do one arm anyway. See what feels good for you. Also get an extra stretch in that one arm. And switch. Or you have both arms. And look under your right arm. Hello. And then look under your left. You don't mind these little jokes here and there, right? Back to the center. Now, how do you feel about just dropping one arm towards the floor, lifting your hips up? And then bring that arm up. If you feel dizzy at all, come up, reminder. If it's too much, and bring that arm up. Then we lift our head and chest. And then we bring the heels in. And the toes in. And the heels in and toes in. And stretch. Get a nice stretch for that back. Even if you're up here, you're still stretching, right? Your degree of whatever works for you. And big round back, come up. And then we're just going to walk slowly forward. And then push those hips towards the chair. And then if you can, this time, arms come up. Or you can just have one arm. And lift through those feet. And arms come out. Woo! Okay. So you're here. Then we're going to come. So you're facing forward, right? You're going to come to the side of your chair. We're going to do some more side stretches. So you're going to step out. It doesn't matter what side I have my right hand here or my left, but I'm facing you, so it's my right. It's your right. And then stretch over. So a little more. Now this time I'm going to push my hips so I get the whole side stretch. How bad could that be? Now pretend legs are firm, stomach tight. Pretend like you're holding a beach ball. If you can, if you want, bring that beach ball up. Take it over. Bring the beach ball up. Take it over and up. Are you using your abdominal muscles, tailbone in, so you don't tweak your back or squeeze the lower back? And one more time. And up. Good. And now do-si-do to the other side. La, 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 la. And we step out. Bring that arm up and stretch over. Try not to let this side collapse, right? We want to lift up this side. Stretch. Shoulder down, and then if you want, you bring the beach ball and up and hold on to that beach ball, hold it tight and up, relax the neck, hold on to the beach ball. If you want to just keep your hand here, you can on the chair and up, and one more time, holding that beach ball and come up. And then hands on your hips, we're just gonna fold forward. How you doing? Everyone's good? All right. And if you can, take it down. And I'm trying to give you direction with verbal cues so you don't have to look up every second to see what I'm doing. And relax the neck. And then big round back, roll it up. Hit an imaginary wall, let those arms go. Big ragdoll, you know, ragdoll coming up, 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 up. And then arms come up and hands here. And then we'll put our hands on our hips. And what I was doing earlier was like the toes in, like pigeon toes, heel. But if you have a carpet underneath you, it might be, your shoes will get stuck. So it's easier for me on the wood floor. So you could just walk it in too. You don't have to do the heel toe, heel toe. Gonna take some water and have a seat and get our weight. All right. Again, we're moving the tushy skin. So we feel the sit bones, our feet about hip width, maybe a little bit wider if you feel more stable with the wider hips. And again, if you need a cushion for your back, if that helps you to give you a little wall back there, that's fine. Lift your sternum, navel to spine, and I'm gonna bring my elbows forward so they're not back here, they're here. And when I go down, I'm not gonna lock them out, right? Lock them out, that's not good. That's not good for the bones, right? And we want to hold pause right at the right at the edge of that contraction of the bicep. Squeeze it in and take it down. And we squeeze it in. Good. Squeeze and lower and squeeze. And I'm staying nice and tall. So you want to feel the contraction of the bicep the entire time. Try to hold on to the edge of that contraction, even right here, not to overtake it so that we lose that contraction. Squeeze and then stretch the contraction, stretch the muscle, squeeze it in and stretch it. So that's what we're doing. We're stretching, but we're folding. We're not hyper extending. Hyper. Squeeze and lower. And let's go for 4 and 3, and you're breathing. And 2, are you holding that contraction or are you in the resistance? Or are you letting it go? Try to hold on to it. And you know what? Use a gentle grip in your hands that also helps you with your grip. Not a big, like stressful grip, but a nice grip so that when you're carrying things or holding things or you need some strength, you have that. We're also practicing our grip. Scratchy the nose, and that was it. Okay, great. Now we're going to roll those shoulders up by the ears, back and down. Roll them up by the ears, take them back and down. Now move that whole shoulder blade in the back. The 2 shoulder blades. I think you have 2 shoulder blades. Up, back, and down. Up, and back, and down. This helps you with your posture and the mobility in your arms. Shoulders, stomach in, and then let's go up and forward. So we're just gonna go up and forward, up, forward, roll 2 more times. Good job. Now, low battery, I had it plugged in. Okay, there you are. Okay. Okay. So let's go forward and pull. So this is a row. Have you done the rowing before? Right, but this is more, I'm not going forward like this to row. I'm just rounding the back and then pulling up. So I want to round. If the weights get too heavy, take them down. If you want, you can just use one weight. So let's go for 8, right? You can just use one weight or no weight. Here's what it looks sideways. I give you all kinds of angles, back, front, side, whatever you ask for. Forward. So big round back and pull it in. And this is back and chest and pull it in. Let's do 2 more. Forward, pull it in and forward, pull it in. Good. How's that neck doing? Okay. Let's drop the chin towards the chest and up and chin towards the chest and up, chin down and up, and then look all the way up and release. Okay, so we're gonna add arms and legs together. All right, check this out. We're sitting forward again, and this is a march with a bicep curl. So we're gonna go up with the opposite leg. So got right leg, left arm. Okay, right leg, left arm. Let's just do 8 here. So we go 8, down, 7. And listen, you don't have to tap the floor. You can just stay up because that might compress your lower back too much because the range of motion might be a little too challenging, but it's up to you. You keep your navel to your spine and you go up and lower and squeeze and lower. And I'm just doing mid-range in my bicep. I'm just doing halfway up and halfway down. 4 and 3, sitting up nice and tall. 2 and 1. Great job. Counterbalance, counter that by stretching the back. And up. Now we'll do the other side. So I got halfway up and halfway down. Make sure you're balanced in your chair. If you want, you can have this hand on the hip and we go up. And if you don't want to tap the floor, you just go part way up and part way down with the leg. We're working on our quadriceps, on our abdominal muscles, our lower back. Let's go for 8. We got 8, and really strengthen that right hand, right arm, right bicep. And 4 more. Let's really get that leg up. 4, you got it. 3, this is it. And 2, and 1. Great job. And stretch. All right. So this is fun fitness. We have fun doing our fitness. Are you having fun? Okay, I am. All right, the weight's on the leg. It's above the knee, kind of midway. If you want. If it's not comfortable, you can get rid of the weight. But I would like to sit up nice and tall, stomach in, shoulders down. We're gonna go up and out and in and down. So we go up and out and in and down. If you're using that weight to help add some, adding weight to the leg to help increase your strength, right? So these are some strength training as well as mobility. So we're working that leg up and out and in and down. Squeeze it up, navel to spine, out and in and down. So this is inner thigh, outer thigh, quadricep, and glute, as well as your abs and lower back training. Up and coordination. You get 10 to the price of 1. Oh, my right is here. Okay, you hear that? That's funny. Out and in and down. Last one. Up and out and in and down. Great. And stretch. Take those weights towards the floor. Stretch your back and slowly bring it up. Okay, same thing on the other side. The left leg comes up and out and in and down. It's up, it's out, it's in, it's down. Take it up, out to the side, and in and down. Remember navel to spine. working those abs. Really strengthen that leg as much as you can. Push it out like you're pushing through water or opening the door. Open the door and then squeeze it shut. So let's go up and out and in and down. Bring it up, squeeze it out. Good job, everybody. I can see you, and down. And two more, up and out and in and down. Bring it up and out and in and down. Great job. And then we stretch it here. And then we have one more. Over the head, shoulder presses. And taking it down, up, and overhead. Okay? So you can come forward like this to the chest, up, back to the chest, and fold forward. So it's like you're heave-ho, moving it up, like you're opening a window, right? And take it down. So bring it up, push those weights, and halfway down, fold it forward. Your feet are hip width. You have a nice sturdy base. Your feet pressing into the floor to give you that balance and to give you that strength and to root. So we'll do 8. Are you ready? Because these were practices. So we'll go 8 and you go at your own pace. If I'm going too fast for what you'd like, slow it down. 3, 4, up. Try not to hold the breath. 6, 7, and 8. Great job. Let's take the weights down and then go ahead and grab your water. All right. So we've done these before where we practice standing from the chair. We do these chair poses. I'm going to turn my chair so that you can see me. We're sitting at the edge of our chair. So if you're having dinner, and you know how like you're having dinner and you're at the table and then you kind of go like this and you try to get up. Well, if you push yourself to the edge of the chair, you know, if you can just kind of push yourself forward and you check your feet, they're about hip width or wider, and you lean forward, and you can even use the chair to come up, right? So rather than trying to stand up from this position, scoot your tush forward. This is like in everyday life when you're sitting, scooch forward and then try to get up. So we're going to do that now. We're forward in our chair, stomach in, and you can hold on. You might have the arm of a chair. You can do this, right? Or do this. But it's strong quads, glutes, stomach. I'm going to come up just about a little bit and then go back down. So you practice up and come back down. Practice up. So it's all quads, it's all glutes, it's all abs. And my knees are right above my ankles. So I'm not getting up off my chair like this. I don't have much of a chance and it's hurting the knees. I want my ankles right under my knees. So I'm pushing. It's almost like you're pushing into the ground. Push. Right? So you can try it. Up and hold. And squeeze. And hold. Hands on the hips. And then you can come all the way to standing. So that's just a good thing to remember. If you forget, you can go look at this later on YouTube. Remember, you want to be at the edge of your chair, not way in back. And then people try to help you get up, and it's like, get out of my way. I got this. Ha. Up and down. How you doing? And we're going to come all the way on the last one, come to standing. Good. And then we're standing by our chair. And we're gonna take our arms up. I got my feet maybe together, maybe hip width. You know, you feel nice and balanced, long arms. This is our, in yoga, this is mountain, Tadasana, mountain pose, right? Nice and strong and tall, standing on a mountain, overlooking the beauty around you. And inhale, bend those knees and then root up. And exhale. Bend the knees and sweep the arms up, straighten those legs. And one more time, bend the knees and feels good. Arms out to the side. And we'll take our left arm across the chest. Hook the right arm underneath to stretch. And relax that left shoulder. So I'm going to turn now to my right to get a little twist. Make sure you're not locking out your knees. And if you want to do this sitting, you can. This is just a little extra shoulder stretch. Back to the center. And then let's take that right arm out. Take it across. The left arm you can hold here. You can hook it, you know, depending on what. But you try to straighten this one, right? If it's like this, that's fine, right? But if you can, straighten. And then let's give it a little twist. So I'm going to get that upper back. That upper back is challenging to get to. And then take it out. Interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. So right here. And then I'm just going to gently stretch. Just very gentle. Big breath in and then release, arms come up, and then we'll have a seat, take some water, and then we'll do one how we started. Remember we did this when we started. I kind of like to lift myself up in the middle of the chair, get the legs out. See if that feels a little bit looser, tiny, teeny. All these muscles in here, the groins. And then see if you can, remember I got my feet right underneath the knees, not like this, out. And then I'm gonna just pitch it forward. You could also do this if you had like a little stool in front of you or a table, put your hands there. You could come all the way down. I'm not sure how everyone's doing, but if we were in person, I would be helping you. Because, you know, it's for you, right? There's like a guide that we follow, but then it's personal for you, it's your body, your choice. You pick how you, and then we'll go to the other side. Oh, that feels good, like right here. Do you feel like you let that arm go? Even if you, as I open up the chest and the breastbone, the armpit, shoulder, ribs, and waist. Now we'll do other sides. I'm just going to bring it up. This side for me feels tighter. That other side, I felt a little more with less resistance. Don't resist. And back to the center. We'll bring our legs in. Again, so we do a little relaxation at the end, like we do. Good job, everybody. Feel good about yourself because what we did is very challenging, very specific. I think overall it's very useful for your balance, strength, endurance, focus, coordination, and relaxation. So it's just an overall feel good, working the whole body in 55 minutes. So if you want to use a cushion, sit back, move the skin and the tush skin so you feel your sit bones underneath you. And I emphasize that all the time. I say, like move the skin because your sit bones are your pedestals for when you're sitting, right? If the skin gets tucked under, you're not as balanced when you're sitting. So that's why I emphasize, like even when you're sitting at the dining room table or your chair, whatever, that's your base, your root, your feet, your sit bones is your root, like the lotus. growing from the mud. That's a yoga term. But it's like the root of your tree. So let's just go out and sit comfortably. Even if you want to lean back, you can. You know, you can lean, you can take the legs out, that feels good. Whatever, because that actually counterbalances the spine. You can sit up. We're just going to rest the hands on the knees. If you want to touch the index and thumb, the palms up, that just gives you a little focal point for your relaxation breathing. Now let's just breathe in the nose and out the mouth. And a few times like that. Let the eyelids soften. So the eyelids are closed from the top to the bottom, and the eyeballs fall away from the lid so that you release the tension in the eyes. Just let the eyeballs sink into the skull. Soften the cheeks. Soften the lips. Let the lower jaw release from the upper jaw. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. And just like a gentle evening tide, just coming into the shore and going out, very calm. Let the breath come in and out, and let the body feel soothed in and out, like the gentle tide moving through your body, relaxing the bones, relaxing the skin away from the bones and the muscles. Breathing into the chest, into the lungs, into the belly, into the lower back and the glutes, and the hips and the legs, all the way down through the calves and ankles, and through the feet, and every toe. Let the tension go. Let the mind completely empty and the body completely relax. Staying nice and relaxed, slowly start to bring your awareness back to your breath. You feel the lightness in your heart, the suppleness of your body, the connection of the breath, body, mind, and spirit. And then on your next inhalation, just gently let your arms float up towards the sky. Grab some sunshine, spread it all around you, and bring it into your heart. And have a wonderful day. Thank you. Good job, everybody.